I'm glad you're here. Maybe the day has been long and full. Maybe you simply enjoy letting your thoughts drift while a calm voice keeps you company. Wherever you are right now, there is nothing you need to do. No effort, no hurry. Just this quiet moment. Take a slow breath in, not deep, just soft and easy, and let it go gently, like fog lifting from water at dawn. Feel your shoulders sink a little. Feel the weight of the day loosen, even if only a little dot. Another slow breath. Your hands rest quietly. Your face softens. Your body begins to remember how to be still. Imagine the sound of a distant sea, not loud waves, just a low, steady rhythm moving far away. The air is cool and clean. The night feels wide and calm. Tonight, we drift to the cold sea, to a place where ice meets water, where moonlight rests softly on snow. Tonight, we drift into the quiet world of penguins. Picture the shoreline under a pale night sky. The water moves slowly, dark and smooth. Ice floats gently, bumping without sound. Everything feels hushed, as if the world itself is speaking in whispers. Penguins stand together near the edge of the sea. Their shapes are round and still, black and white forms resting against the soft glow of night. They are not in a rush. They never are. As you listen, you don't need to count facts. You don't need to remember details. The facts will arrive quietly, like snowflakes. One by one, soft, light, barely noticed as they settle. Penguins are creatures of patience. They wait through long nights. They stand through cold winds. They move only when it is time. There is something deeply calming about the way they live. Imagine standing at a gentle distance, watching them. The ice beneath your feet is solid and quiet. Your breath forms a small cloud in the air, then disappears. The cold does not feel sharp here. It feels clean, peaceful. The sea beside you reflects the sky. Dark blues and silvery light blend together. The water holds its breath, just like you are doing now. In and out, slow and steady. Penguins do not mind the cold. Their bodies are shaped for it. Their feathers hold warmth close, like a hidden fire. Even in the quiet night, they are comfortable, calm, at ease. You may notice how still everything feels. The land, the sea, the sky, even time itself seems to slow. Tonight, 100 sleepy facts will drift through this calm space. Not as a list, not as lessons, but as gentle thoughts woven into the night air. Facts about how penguins move, how they rest, how they care for one another, how they belong so perfectly to this quiet world of ice and water. If your thoughts wander, that is fine. Let them wander like distant clouds. If your eyes grow heavy, that is welcome too. This story does not ask for attention. It only offers calm. The penguins begin to shift slowly. A few take careful steps toward the water. Others remain where they are, standing close together. There is comfort in being near. There is warmth in stillness. Listen to the soft sounds of the place. A faint movement of water, the quiet brush of feet on snow, the low, gentle hush of wind passing by without effort. The cold sea is not lonely. It feels full of life that knows how to wait, full of creatures that understand calm better than most. As you breathe, feel your body becoming heavier, more settled. The ground supports you. The night holds you. There is nothing pulling you forward. Penguins do not rush into the sea. They pause at the edge. They look, they wait. Then, when the moment feels right, they slip gently into the water. This is how tonight will unfold. Slowly, quietly, without force. One sleepy fact at a time will pass through the story. Like ripples spreading softly across calm water, you may notice them, or you may simply drift. The cold sea glows faintly under the night sky. The penguins remain calm and steady, as they always are. And here, in this quiet place, you are invited to rest with them. Stay with this feeling. Let the cold air feel clean in your lungs. Let the steady sea quiet your thoughts. The night is gentle, and our slow journey with the penguins has just begun. Soft moonlight rests on the ice, pale and gentle. A single penguin stands quietly, its shadow smooth and rounded beneath it. Nothing sharp, nothing hurried, just a calm shape, perfectly at ease in the cold night. Take a moment to notice that shape. The body is short and full, like it was made to hold warmth close. The head flows gently into the body, without edges or angles. Everything feels smooth, as if shaped by water and patience. Penguins are not built for speed on land. They are built for balance. Their bodies lean slightly forward, helping them stay steady on slippery ice. Even when they stand still, there is a quiet sense of readiness, like a breath held softly. The chest is wide and strong, protecting the heart inside. Under the feathers, layers of warmth rest quietly, keeping the cold away. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is extra. Every curve has a purpose, but it never feels forced. The wings are short and firm, resting at the sides. They do not flap in the air like bird wings. They are shaped more like gentle paddles, waiting for the sea. When still, they feel calm and heavy, as if they belong exactly where they are. Imagine the penguin slowly lowering itself onto its belly. The rounded shape meets the ice without sound. This smooth body makes sliding easy, turning the cold ground into a soft path. There is no rush, just a quiet glide forward. The legs are short and set far back. This may look awkward at first, but it brings balance. Each step is small and careful. Each movement feels thoughtful, not clumsy. The feet are wide, spreading weight evenly across the ice. They grip gently, holding the penguin steady. Nothing slips too fast. Nothing falls suddenly. Even movement feels safe here. Now imagine the penguin reaching the edge of the sea. The water waits, dark and calm. With one smooth motion, the rounded body tips forward, and suddenly everything changes. In the water, the penguin's shape feels different. What looked slow on land becomes graceful below the surface. The round body cuts gently through the sea. The wings move in slow, steady strokes, pushing water back like a quiet rhythm. The smooth shape helps the penguin glide without effort. There are no sharp corners to catch the water, no loose parts to pull behind. The body moves as one calm piece, flowing forward like a dream. As the penguin swims, the head leads softly. The eyes look ahead, relaxed and alert. The body follows, steady and balanced. Every movement feels practiced, even when it is slow. The rounded back holds warmth inside, even in icy water. Feathers overlap like tiny tiles, keeping cold out and heat Under them, a layer of air stays trapped, helping the penguin float gently. Picture the penguin pausing beneath the surface. It does not sink quickly. It does not rush upward. It simply rests in the water, held by its own shape. There is something deeply calming about this design. Nothing sharp, nothing fast, just smooth curves, quiet strength, and steady balance. Even the way penguins turn feels soft. They tilt slightly, using their shape to guide them. No sudden twists, no hard stops, just a gentle change of direction, like drifting thoughts. Back on the ice, the penguin stands again. Moonlight traces the curve of its back. The cold air brushes past, but the body holds warmth close. Stillness feels natural here. This shape has not changed much over time. It did not need to. It already fits its world perfectly. Ice, water, wind, and silence all feel gentle around it as you listen. Allow your thoughts to take the same shape, round, soft, balanced. Let sharp edges smooth out. Let effort fade. Breathing stays slow, in and out. Just like the penguin resting between land and sea, the shape of a penguin is a quiet lesson. Strength does not need sharpness. Movement does not need speed. Warmth does not need noise. In this cold, moonlit world, everything fits together calmly. The penguin stands still and rounded. The sea waits. The night holds its breath. And as the ice and water remain quiet, the story continues to drift gently and patiently onward into the calm night. The nightlight grows softer now, not bright, not dark, just enough to see shapes blending into one another. Asterisk, a penguin stands near the edge of the sea. Its back is dark, almost black, like the deep water beside it. Its front is white and pale, like moonlit ice and quiet sky. Nothing feels sharp or loud about these colors. They rest together gently in this calm world. Black and white are not opposites. They are partners. They move together in balance, like night and light sharing the same space. When a penguin floats in the sea, its dark back blends into the water below. From above, it almost disappears. From below, the white front melts into the glow of the surface light. This quiet blending helps the penguin remain unseen, without effort or fear. But tonight, this is not about danger. It is about harmony, about how simple colors can work together so smoothly that they feel like one. Imagine looking down at the calm ocean. The surface reflects the night sky, dark blues, soft silvers. The penguin becomes part of this picture, not standing out, not hiding, just belonging. On the ice, the same balance remains. The white chest reflects moonlight. The dark back rests against shadow. The penguin looks peaceful, like a shape painted carefully into the night. There is comfort in simplicity. Only two colors. No bright patterns. No sharp lines. Just gentle contrast. Calm and steady. The black feathers absorb warmth from the weak light. The white feathers reflect the cold glow of the ice. Together, they help the penguin stay comfortable in a quiet, natural way. As the penguin moves, these colors shift softly, a slow turn of the body, a gentle lean forward. Light and dark slide across the feathers without sound. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels tense. Even purpose feels calm here in the water. The penguin glides. The dark back fades into the deep blue below. The white front glows faintly against the lighter surface above. The sea accepts this balance without question. There is a lesson here, though it never asks to be learned. Sometimes safety comes from fitting in. Sometimes calm comes from not standing apart. The penguin does not need bright colors to be seen. It does not need to announce itself. Its beauty comes from quiet balance. As you listen, notice how your own thoughts feel right now. Some may feel dark and heavy. Some may feel light and soft. Both can exist together without struggle, like black and white feathers. Thoughts do not need to fight. They can rest side by side. Balanced.com. The penguin slips back onto the ice. Water drips slowly from its feathers. Each drop falls without sound. Dark water against white snow, blending gently. The night air brushes past. The penguin stands still, breathing quietly. Its chest rises and falls, slow and steady. Black and white are enough here. They tell the whole story. They carry warmth, safety, and peace without words. Even when many penguins stand together, the scene feels calm. A gathering of soft shapes, light and shadow touching lightly. No movement unless it is needed. From a distance, the group looks like part of the land itself, like rocks shaped by time, like quiet waves frozen in place. The balance never breaks. Not in stillness, not in motion, not in water or on ice. As your breathing continues to slow, allow this balance to settle inside you. Let light thoughts and heavy thoughts find their place. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Nothing needs to be held tightly. The penguin lowers its head slightly, eyes half closed, resting. Asterisk, black and white remain. Sea and sky remain. Everything fits together gently. And in this calm blending of colors, the night feels safe. The world feels steady. And the story drifts on, softly and quietly, into the next peaceful moment. The scene drifts slowly now, as if carried by a quiet breeze. Ice stretches wide under a pale sky. It does not sparkle. It rests. This land may look cold to us, but to penguins, it feels like home. A place they know, a place they trust. The ice is not empty. It holds gentle paths made by careful steps. Soft marks where bodies once rested. Quiet spaces shaped by time and patience. Penguins stand together on the ice, calm and steady. Their feet feel the solid ground beneath them. The cold does not surprise them. It feels familiar, like cool air on calm skin. Some penguins live far south, where ice spreads wide and the sun moves slowly across the sky. Here, days can feel long and quiet. Nights stretch softly, wrapped in stillness. The land does not rush in these icy places. Penguins find safety in open space. They can see far in every direction. The horizon stays clear and gentle. Nothing hides. Nothing suddenly appears. The ice itself becomes a resting place. Penguins lie down when they wish. They stand when they need. They wait without effort. Now the scene shifts, slowly and quietly. Ice gives way to dark rocks near the water. The shore appears, smooth in some places, rough in others. Waves move gently, touching the land without force. Rocky beaches may seem hard, but penguins know how to rest here too. Their bodies lean into the stone. The rocks hold warmth from the day. releasing it slowly into the night. The ground feels steady and reliable. These shores are not loud. They are shaped by water and wind over a long time. Each rock feels worn and calm, not sharp or harsh. Penguins gather on these beaches, standing close or resting apart. They choose their spots with quiet care. Some prefer higher ground. Some stay near the water's edge, farther north, beyond the ice. Some penguins live on quiet southern shores, where grass grows low and the air feels softer. Here, the ground is cool, but not frozen. The sea still moves gently nearby. These places feel peaceful, too. Rolling land, soft soil, cool winds that carry the sound of distant waves. Penguins adjust easily. Their homes change, but their calm does not. Ice, rock, or shore all feel right to them. What matters most is not warmth or cold. It is familiarity. Knowing the shape of the land, knowing where to rest, knowing where the sea begins. Penguin homes are shaped by quiet needs. A place to stand, a place to rest, a place to stay close to water. There are no walls here, no shelters built by hands, only open land and open sky. The simplicity feels soothing. Nothing extra, nothing hidden. At night, these places grow even calmer. The ice reflects soft light. The rocks hold shadows. The shore listens to the slow breath of the sea. Penguins do not decorate their homes. They do not change them. They simply belong to them. In large groups, penguins share space easily. They know how close to stand. They know when to move. They know when stillness is enough. Each place has its own quiet sound. The low hum of wind over ice. The gentle tap of water on stone. The soft hush of waves rolling onto shore. These sounds blend into one peaceful rhythm. A rhythm penguins have known for many generations. As you listen, imagine standing in each place. Your breath stays slow. The air feels clean. The land feels steady beneath you. None of these homes feel harsh now. They feel calm, held together by silence and patience. Penguins rest where the world feels open and honest, where nothing presses too close, where time moves slowly. Ice may seem empty, but it is full of quiet life. Shore may seem simple, but it holds many gentle moments. As the scene drifts across these lands, the feeling remains the same: peaceful, familiar, safe. Let your thoughts settle like penguins settling into their places. Find stillness where you are. Let the cold, the rock, the shore all feel calm. The night continues to move softly across these homes, and the journey drifts onward, slow and gentle, into the next quiet part of the story. Under a pale sky, the ice stretches wide and quiet. The light is soft, almost sleepy. Penguins begin to move across the frozen ground, one step at a time. They do not hurry. They never seem to. Their walk is slow and steady, a gentle sway from side to side. It looks almost playful, like a calm rhythm the body remembers without thinking. Each step is small. Feet lift just enough to move forward. Weight shifts carefully. Balance is always there. Even when the ice feels smooth and slick, penguins waddle because their bodies are shaped for the sea. Their legs sit far back, helping them swim with ease. On land, this shape creates their famous walk. But here, it feels natural. not awkward. The ice does not rush them. The sky does not watch impatiently. Everything allows them to move at their own pace. Some penguins walk alone for a few steps. Others move side by side, close enough to feel each other's warmth. No one pulls ahead. No one is left behind. When the ice slopes gently downward, some penguins pause. They lower their bodies slowly. Then, without effort, they slide forward on their bellies, smooth, quiet, almost like floating. Sliding feels easy for them. Their rounded bodies meet the ice gently. The cold surface becomes a soft path. They move forward without lifting their feet at all. There is something deeply comforting about this motion. No strain, no struggle, just letting gravity do the work. Other penguins follow, one after another. A small line forms. Each slide leaves a faint mark behind, quickly softened by wind and time. When they reach flatter ground, they rise again, back to their slow, steady steps. The movement feels familiar, practiced over many quiet days. Walking together helps penguins stay calm. The group moves as one gentle shape across the ice. Small pauses happen naturally. If one stops, others wait. There is no pressure to move faster. The journey itself is not the goal. Being together is enough. Listen closely, and you might imagine the soft sounds of feet touching ice. A quiet scrape, a gentle tap. Nothing loud, nothing sharp. Even when penguins change direction, they do so slowly. A slight turn of the body, a careful shift of weight. Everything stays balanced. This slow way of walking keeps them safe. It saves energy. It keeps their warmth close. But tonight, it feels like something more. It feels like a reminder that moving slowly can be kind, that reaching a place does not matter as much as how you travel there. As you breathe, notice your own body. Notice how still it feels, how heavy and supported it has become. You do not need to move quickly either. You are allowed to rest between steps. You are allowed to pause. Asterisk, the penguins continue their gentle journey across ice shaped by time. Under a sky that does not rush the night, some penguins stop and stand still for a while. They look around calmly. Then, when it feels right, they move again. This rhythm feels peaceful. Move, pause, move again. Nothing forces the moment. Nothing pulls it forward. As the group slowly fades into the distance, their shapes blend softly into the pale land. The ice remains calm. The sky remains wide. Asterisk. Let this slow movement settle inside you. Let your thoughts waddle gently, without hurry. Let your breathing match the steady pace. The night continues, patient and kind, and the story moves forward the same way the penguins do. Slowly, steadily. Together, the edge of the ice fades gently away. The world grows darker, softer, deeper. With a smooth, unhurried motion, the penguins slip beneath the surface of the sea. Water closes over them without sound. Above, the night remains calm. Below, a new quiet world opens. The ocean here does not feel heavy. It feels like a slow embrace. Light filters down in soft blue shades, growing dimmer with depth. Everything moves gently, as if the water itself is breathing. Penguins glide through this space like calm shadows. Their bodies stretch forward, smooth and balanced. Flippers move in steady strokes, not fast, not slow. Each movement feels practiced and easy. There is no splashing, no sharp motion, just a quiet flow as water parts and closes again as they swim. Small bubbles rise from their feathers. They drift upward in thin lines, catching faint light before disappearing. The bubbles move more slowly than the penguins, like thoughts that lag behind the body. The ocean feels safe here, wide and open. Nothing presses in too close. Nothing feels rushed. Penguins are made for this place. Their bodies fit the water as naturally as breath fits the lungs. The rounded shape glides forward, cutting softly through the sea. Flippers act like wings beneath the surface. They move up and down in calm arcs, pushing water back with gentle strength. Each stroke is smooth, quiet, and steady. The legs trail behind, helping guide direction without effort. The feet rests lightly, no longer needed for walking. Everything works together without thought. Imagine swimming beside them. The water feels cool but comfortable. Your own movements slow, becoming lighter. The sound of the world above fades away. Here, time stretches. Moments feel longer. Breath feels distant, unimportant for now. Penguins dive deeper when they wish. They rise again just as calmly. Nothing pulls them quickly in any direction. Light changes softly as they move. Dark blue becomes pale. Pale becomes silver. Shadows slide across their bodies like drifting clouds. Sometimes they turn gently, using only a slight tilt of the flippers. No sharp turns, no sudden stops, just quiet adjustments. The sea holds many paths, but penguins choose theirs calmly. They follow familiar flows. They trust the water. Even when swimming together, they do not crowd each other. Each penguin keeps a comfortable space. The group moves like a slow, quiet pattern, forming and reshaping itself with ease. Beneath the surface, there is no noise, only the soft movement of water. Only the calm presence of living bodies moving as one with the sea dot as they swim. Penguins conserve energy. Their movements are efficient, gentle, nothing extra, nothing wasted. This quiet strength feels soothing. There is power here, but it does not need to show itself. Imagine the water brushing past your skin, cool, smooth, holding you without weight. Thoughts begin to drift more slowly now. The mind follows the gentle pace of the swimmers. Each idea floats, then fades. Penguins rise toward the surface when they need air. They do not rush, they simply angle upward, letting their bodies guide them. Light grows brighter above the surface, shimmers softly. Then, with barely a sound, they breathe and slip back down again. The ocean welcomes them each time. It does not change. It remains calm and wide. This underwater world feels like a dream, safe, flowing, endless. As you listen, allow yourself to float here for a while. No effort, no direction, just drifting in gentle motion. The penguins continue their quiet swim, shadows moving through blue light. Bubbles rise and vanish. The water holds its steady rhythm, and as the sea breathes softly around them, the night deepens, carrying the story forward, slow and peaceful, into the next calm moment. The water fades away slowly. The night air returns, calm and quiet. A penguin rests on the ice again, standing still beneath a soft sky. Come a little closer now, close enough to notice the fine details, close enough to see the feathers. At first glance, penguin feathers look smooth and simple, black and white, neat and tidy. But beneath that calm surface, there is careful design. layered gently over time. Each feather lies close to the next. They overlap like pages in a well-loved book. Nothing sticks out. Nothing lets the cold slip through. These feathers are small and firm, much smaller than the feathers of many other birds. There are so many of them resting together that they form a quiet shield. Wind touches the surface, but it never reaches the warmth inside. Imagine running your hand slowly over those feathers. They feel soft yet strong, smooth yet full, like fabric made for long nights and cold air beneath the outer feathers. Another layer waits, softer, warmer, holding heat close to the body where it belongs. This hidden warmth stays with the penguin even when icy wind passes by. Even when the sea surrounds it, the cold does not rush in. It pauses. It stays outside. When penguins swim, their feathers work even harder. Water presses gently against them, but it does not soak through. Tiny spaces between the feathers trap air. That air forms a soft barrier, keeping the cold away. You might imagine the water trying to enter slowly and patiently, but the feathers hold their ground. They stay close. They stay calm. As penguins glide through the sea, small bubbles escape from this trapped air. They rise slowly, shimmering briefly before fading. Even this feels gentle, like the ocean breathing out. The feathers dry quickly when penguins return to the ice. Water slides off without effort. The body stays warm. Comfort returns easily. This warmth is not loud. It does not announce itself. It simply exists, steady and quiet. Penguins care for their feathers with patience. They preen slowly, smoothing each one back into place. Not in a rush, not with worry, just quiet attention. Each feather matters. Each one plays a small role in keeping the whole body safe. Together, they create comfort. This care happens every day in still moments, in quiet pauses between movement. Watching a penguin preen feels calming. The motion is slow. The focus is gentle. The world seems to slow with it, as feathers are set just right. Again, like pulling a blanket closer around the shoulders. That is what these facts feel like tonight. Not lessons, not information to hold tightly, but soft layers, resting one by one over your thoughts. Let the idea of warmth settle into you. Let it spread slowly, without effort. Even the heart of the penguin stays warm, protected by layers of feathers and quiet strength. The body knows how to care for itself. Wind may pass, snow may fall, water may surround, but the warmth remains. Imagine standing near the penguin now. The air feels cold on your face, but the presence beside you feels calm and steady. There is comfort in knowing that nature finds simple ways to protect what matters. No noise, no rush, just layers built over time. As you listen, notice how your own body feels, perhaps heavier now, more settled, wrapped in the safety of stillness. Each breath becomes softer, each thought slows, like footsteps in fresh snow. The penguin lowers its head slightly, eyes half closed, feathers resting perfectly in place. Nothing else is needed. The night holds its calm. The cold stays outside. The warmth remains inside. This feeling linger. Let these gentle details rest over you like a soft blanket. The story continues quietly, carrying you forward, warm and unhurried, into the next peaceful moment. The cold night feels deeper here, yet softer at the same time. The ice stretches wide, calm and still, glowing faintly under pale light. In this quiet space, penguin parents stand close together. They do not speak, they do not rush. They simply remain near one another, sharing warmth in silence. A parent penguin shifts gently, careful and slow. Balanced on its feet rests a single egg, small, pale, held just above the ice, never touching the cold ground. This is how penguins protect what matters most. Not with noise, not with movement, but with patience. The egg rests on the parent's feet, tucked safely against a warm fold of skin. Feathers fall softly around it, forming a quiet shelter. Cold air passes by, but it never reaches inside. The parent stands still for long stretches of time. Minutes pass, then hours. Time feels different here. There is no sign of discomfort, only calm balance, only quiet care. Nearby, another penguin stands close, a partner, a companion, sharing the cold night together. When the time comes, they change places, slowly, carefully. One steps forward, the other steps back. The egg is never left alone, not for a moment. Each movement is gentle, practiced, calm. This exchange happens without urgency, without fear, only trust. Penguin families are built on waiting, on standing still, on believing that time will pass as it should. The wind may move across the ice, snow may fall softly around them, but the parents remain steady. Their bodies lean slightly inward, forming a quiet circle of warmth. Not tight, not tense, just close. Enough. In these moments, devotion does not look dramatic. It looks simple. It looks still. Eggs take time to grow. They do not hurry, and penguins do not hurry them. The night stretches on. The sky slowly shifts. Light fades, then returns again. Still, the parents stand. Their eyes sometimes close halfway, resting without sleeping, listening to the gentle rhythm of their own breathing. Around them, other families do the same. A wide gathering of quiet devotion spread across the ice, each parent holding a future with calm care. There is no sound of worry here, no signs of impatience, only trust in the slow passing of days. When chicks finally arrive, they are small and soft, covered in gentle down, not yet ready for the cold world around them. Parents lean closer now, bodies forming a warmer shelter, feathers brushing lightly against fragile new life. The chicks stay close. They do not wander. They rest where warmth is strongest. Feeding comes patiently. Slow movements, careful timing. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is forced. Penguin parents take turns again and again. One rests while the other watches. One feeds while the other waits. This rhythm continues quietly, day after day, night after night. Even when the cold feels deep, families remain calm. They have known this cold for generations. They understand it. To them, this place is not harsh. It is familiar. It is home. There is comfort in this shared work, in standing together, in knowing someone is always close. As you listen, imagine standing among them. The air feels cool on your face, but the presence around you feels warm. No one asks anything of you here. No one rushes you forward. Time slows naturally. Families remain steady, grounded, patient. They show that care does not need noise, that love can be quiet. The ice remains still beneath their feet. The sky remains wide above their heads. The night holds everything gently. Breathing grows slower now. Thoughts soften. The world feels held together by calm devotion. Penguin families continue their quiet watch. Eggs rest safely. Chicks stay close. Nothing dramatic happens. Nothing needs to dot. This is care as it truly is. Slow, steady, unspoken. And as the cold night continues, these families remain where they are, wrapped in patience and warmth, letting time pass gently, just as it always does. The ice stretches quietly into the distance. The air feels open and calm. For a moment, there is only silence. Then, softly, a sound appears. Not loud, not sharp, just a gentle call drifting across the cold air. Another answer follows, then another. The sounds rise and fall, slow and steady, like waves that never touch the shore too hard. These are penguin voices, not meant to shout, not meant to fill the sky. They belong to the quiet night. Each call carries warmth through the cold air. It moves across ice and space, reaching ears that are listening patiently. To us, the calls may sound similar: soft cries, low notes, gentle sounds shaped by breath. But to penguins, every voice is different. Every sound holds meaning. Every call carries identity. In large gatherings, thousands of penguins may stand together, bodies close, feathers touching, shapes blending into one calm mass. And yet, in all this closeness, penguins know who belongs. To them, they know by sound. A parent calls. The call travels outward, steady and clear. Somewhere in the group, a chick hears it. That sound feels familiar, safe, known. The chick answers. Its voice is smaller, softer, but it carries its own shape. The two sounds move toward each other through the quiet space, not rushed, not lost. Even among many voices, they find one another, like recognizing a loved voice in the dark. These calls do not need to be loud. They only need to be true. Penguins listen carefully. Their heads tilt slightly. Their bodies remain still. The ice carries sound well. The cold air lets it travel far. Voices drift gently, without effort. At night, these sounds feel softer still. They blend with the wind. They blend with the breath of the sea. Nothing feels urgent. Nothing feels tense. Calling and answering becomes part of the night rhythm, a slow exchange, a quiet conversation. Some calls are short, some stretch a little longer. Each one feels natural, shaped by the penguin who makes it. These voices help penguins stay connected. They remind them that they are not alone, that someone nearby is listening. In the stillness, a parent may call softly, even when a chick is close, not to find, just to reassure. The sound says, without words, I am here, I am near. The chick responds, calm and trusting. The space between them feels smaller. In large colonies, this exchange happens all the time. Thousands of quiet voices rising and falling, none overpowering the others. Together, they form a gentle soundscape. Not noise, not chaos, just presence. As you listen, imagine standing among them. The air feels cool on your skin. The sounds pass around you like soft echoes. No call startles you. No voice demands attention. They simply exist, steady and calm. These sounds have been shared for generations, passed from parent to chick, learned slowly over time. There is comfort in this continuity. in knowing that voices will always return, that answers will come, even when the ice shifts, even when the night grows long. The voices remain. Some penguins call more often, some remain quiet, listening. Both belong. Silence and sound live together here, without conflict. A pause, then a call, then another pause. As your breathing slows, the calls may begin to feel distant, not gone, just softer. They blend into the night, into the wind, into your thoughts. The idea of being recognized by sound alone feels comforting. Being known without being seen, being found without searching. Penguins do not call to rush each other. They call to stay connected, to remain close, even when space opens between them. This gentle use of voice keeps the colony calm. It keeps families together. It keeps the night peaceful. As the calls fade in and out, the ice remains still. The sea breathes softly nearby. The sky holds its quiet light. Let these sounds settle inside you, like distant music, like a familiar voice heard just before sleep. The penguin voices continue their soft rhythm, calling, answering, listening. And in this calm exchange of sound and silence, the night deepens, holding every voice gently as the story drifts onward, slow and steady, into the next peaceful moment. The sea lies open and quiet now. Its surface moves slowly, like a long breath in the night. Nothing rushes, nothing pulls. Penguins slip gently into the water, one by one. They do not dive with force. They enter as if the sea has been waiting for them. This calm water is their kitchen, their table, their familiar place to gather what they need. Fish move softly beneath the surface, small shapes drifting through blue light. They are not chased wildly. They are met with patience. Penguins swim with steady care, eyes open, bodies relaxed. They watch, they wait, they choose the right moment. When a fish passes nearby, the penguin turns gently. A small movement, a smooth glide forward. The catch is quiet, almost unnoticed. There is no struggle here, no sudden rush of motion, just a calm exchange between hunter and sea. Penguins eat fish, small sea creatures, and gentle meals that fit easily into their lives. Their food is simple, enough to keep them warm, enough to keep them strong. They do not take more than they need. They do not hurry to gather too much. Balance guides them. As they swim, penguins remember where food often drifts. They follow familiar paths beneath the surface, places shaped by time and quiet knowledge. The sea feels generous tonight. It offers without demand. It gives without noise. Penguins glide through schools of fish, choosing carefully. Their movements remain smooth. Their flippers move in slow, steady strokes. Sometimes they swim a little deeper. Sometimes they stay near the surface. Each choice feels calm and thoughtful. Light filters down in soft layers. Fish flash briefly, then fade into shadow. The water holds every movement gently. After eating, penguins do not rush back. They continue to swim slowly, letting the food settle, letting the moment remain peaceful. When it is time, they rise toward the surface. A breath is taken. Then another gentle dive. Feeding is not a moment of tension. It is part of the rhythm of the night, like breathing, like resting. As you listen, imagine floating nearby. The water feels cool but kind. There is no fear here, only quiet motion. The penguins trust the sea. They have known it since they were small. It has always provided in its own calm way. Fish move on. Penguins move on. Nothing is held too tightly back. On the ice, penguins rest after feeding. Bodies feel heavier now, satisfied, warm. They stand quietly, feathers drying in the cold air, breathing slow, eyes half closed. The sea continues its gentle movement behind them. It does not call loudly, it simply waits. This balance feels soothing, taking only what is needed, trusting that more will come when the time is right. As your breathing slows, let this calm exchange settle inside you. The sea gives, the penguins receive, then all return to stillness. Nothing is forced, nothing is rushed. The night remains wide and patient, and with full bodies and quiet minds, the penguins rest again as the story drifts softly onward into the next peaceful moment. The night feels softer here. The ice holds a gentle quiet among the still shapes of adult penguins. Something smaller rests close to the ground. A chick, wrapped in soft down, gray and light, like a little cloud resting on the ice. Penguin chicks do not rush into the world. They arrive slowly, carefully. Their bodies are small, not yet shaped for cold water or long journeys. At first, they stay close to warmth, very close, tucked gently against their parents, where heat gathers and stays. The down that covers them is soft and loose, made for holding warmth, like quiet waves. Chicks spend much of their early time resting, sleeping, listening, feeling the steady presence of those around them. The world is large, but it is not frightening. Everything arrives slowly enough to feel safe. When chicks are ready, they begin to lift their heads, just a little at first. The neck wobbles gently. Balance is learned one moment at a time. Parents remain close, watching without worry. There is no push, no hurry. Growth is allowed to take its own pace. Standing comes next, not all at once. A small shift of weight, a pause, then another try. The ice feels firm beneath tiny feet, cold but familiar. The chick learns where to place its weight, how to lean without falling. Sometimes it sits back down, sometimes it wobbles. Each attempt is part of learning. Nothing is wrong. Nothing needs fixing. The group around the chick feels calm and steady. Other adults stand nearby. Other chicks rest and move and learn the same quiet lessons. Walking comes slowly, short steps, careful movements. The body remembers what the eyes are still learning. A chick may take only a few steps before stopping. That is enough for now. Rest comes easily. The down still covers the body, keeping warmth close. Feathers for swimming will come later. There is time as days pass. The chick grows stronger. Legs feel steadier. Steps become smoother. The waddle begins to form, gentle and familiar. The chick follows its parents at a calm distance. Not far, not too close. Just enough to feel safe. Sounds become more meaningful. The chick listens carefully. It learns the voices it belongs to. Those sounds guide it without effort. Food comes patiently. Parents feed slowly, carefully. Each meal brings strength, little by little. Nothing arrives too fast. Nothing is taken away too soon. As the chick grows, the soft down begins to change. Feathers form beneath it, waiting quietly. The body prepares for water, though the sea still feels far away. Standing becomes easier now. Walking feels natural. The ice no longer feels wide and endless. One day, the chick stands near the edge of the sea. It looks down at the moving water. The surface glows softly under the sky. There is no rush to enter. Watching is enough for now. The sea breathes slowly. The chick breathes slowly too. When the time is right, the chick will swim, not suddenly, not without learning. Parents guide. Gently, they enter the water with calm ease. They return to the ice again, showing that the sea can be trusted. The chick watches, learns, waits. When feathers are ready, the water will feel different. The cold will not rush in. The body will know what to do. Swimming begins with small moments, a gentle entry, a short glide, then rest. The chick does not go far. It does not need to. Each swim builds confidence. Each return to land brings warmth and calm. Growing up as a penguin is not about reaching something quickly. It is about becoming ready. The ice teaches balance. The sea teaches movement. The family teaches patience. Time moves quietly here. Days blend into nights. Nights soften into days. As the chick grows, it becomes less noticeable among the group. No longer the smallest, no longer hidden completely. Still, care remains. Guidance remains. The calm presence of family does not fade. Eventually, the chick stands taller. Its feathers are sleek now. The down is gone, replaced by smooth layers, ready for water and wind. The young penguin looks much like the others, still learning, still growing, but steady as you listen. Imagine time moving this way for you too, slow, safe, without pressure. Growth does not need noise. It does not need urgency. It happens when it is allowed. The young penguin rests now, standing quietly among others, breathing slow. The ice remains calm beneath its feet. The sea waits nearby. The night holds everything gently, and in this patient rhythm of growing and becoming, the story continues its soft journey, carrying you onward, unhurried, into the next peaceful moment. The sea opens wide again, not loud, not restless, just wide and waiting. Penguins move into this space with quiet confidence. They do not look back. They do not rush forward. They simply begin. These journeys are long, but they do not feel heavy. They unfold slowly, one gentle movement at a time. The water carries them, steady and calm. Penguins travel far across the ocean, beyond the places where ice meets shore, beyond the familiar edges of land. Yet nothing feels uncertain. They are guided by instinct, a quiet knowing that lives inside the body. No maps, no signals, just a calm sense of direction that does not need words. The sea beneath them glows softly. Light moves through water in slow waves. Blues deepen, silvers fade. Everything feels smooth and endless. As they swim, penguins settle into a rhythm. Flippers move, bodies glide, pause, then glide again. There is no need to hurry on these journeys. Speed is not the goal. Arrival is not urgent. Each stroke carries them forward just enough. Energy is saved. Warmth is kept close. Penguins travel alone sometimes. Other times in loose groups, never crowded, never far apart. They keep a gentle distance, enough to feel presence without pressure. The sea allows this space easily. Journeys may last hours, sometimes days, but time feels different out here, measured not by clocks, but by breath and movement. Ocean changes slowly as they travel. Water grows darker, then lighter again. Currents shift gently beneath them. Penguins adjust without thought. A slight turn, a deeper dive, a slow rise toward the surface. They trust the water. It has always carried them before. It will carry them again. Food may appear along the way. A quiet pause to eat. Then the journey continues. Nothing interrupts the flow for long. Everything fits naturally. Above the surface, the sky moves slowly. 2 clouds drift, light changes. Stars appear and fade below. The penguins continue, steady, calm. These journeys are part of their lives, not challenges, not tests, just movement through a familiar world. There is strength here, but it is quiet strength, the kind that does not announce itself, the kind that lasts as you listen. Imagine moving this way yourself, carried gently, supported by something larger than you, with no need to push. Long distances feel smaller when taken slowly, one calm moment at a time. The water does not resist the penguins. It opens around them, then closes softly behind. Even when waves rise far above, below the surface, everything stays calm. The penguins remain in this quiet layer where motion is. Smooth and steady, rest happens when needed. A brief pause near the surface, a slow breath, then onward again. No journey feels lonely here. The sea is always present. The rhythm never breaks. Instinct guides every turn, not fear, not force. Penguins do not wonder if they will arrive. They simply continue moving. Eventually, the water begins to change again. Shadows of land appear far ahead. Light reflects differently. The journey gently comes toward its end. Not suddenly, not sharply. The sea slows them down. The shore approaches without urgency. As they rise closer to the surface, the water brightens. The familiar feel of shallower depths returns. Penguins know this feeling. It tells them they are close. They glide the final distance with the same calm they carried at the start. Nothing changes in their pace. Nothing needs to dot as you breathe slowly. Let this sense of quiet travel settle inside you. Moving forward without strain, trusting the path beneath you, the sea continues to glow softly below. The journey finds its natural pause, and the night carries the story onward, steady and calm, into the next gentle moment. The year moves quietly here, not in sharp changes, not in sudden turns, but in slow shifts of light and shadow. At first, the days stretch long. Light lingers over the ice. The sun circles low in the sky, never rushing to leave. Everything feels open and wide. Penguins live within this light, calmly. They do not hurry to follow it. They simply notice it, the way warmth touches feathers, and then fades again. Long days bring gentle energy. The ice glows softly. The sea reflects pale colors that seem to last forever. Penguins move, rest, and gather without concern for time. When the light stays, there is no pressure to act quickly. Food is found. Families stay close. Life unfolds at its usual pace. Slowly, almost without being noticed, the light begins to change. The sun stays a little lower. The glow softens earlier. Shadows grow longer across the ice. Penguins adjust without effort. They do not resist the change. They do not rush to prepare. Their bodies already know what to do. Above, the sky stretches wide and dark. Stars may be hidden, light may be faint, but the night feels steady. Penguins know this feeling well. They have rested like this many times before. It is part of their rhythm. Standing close helps keep warmth. Inside, it also brings a quiet sense of safety. Being near reminds them that they are not alone. No one watches the time. No one counts minutes. Rest arrives when the body asks for it. As you listen, notice how your own body feels, now heavier, more settled, supported by whatever holds you. You do not need to move. You do not need to think. You are allowed to rest, just like this. Penguins do not judge rest. They do not see it as stopping. They know it is part of living. Movement and stillness belong together. One follows the other. Both are needed. The wind brushes past again. Soft, unimportant. It fades quickly. Breath continues. In, out, nothing more. Some penguins lower their heads slightly. Others remain upright. All are comfortable. The group feels like one calm shape now. Many bodies, one quiet presence. Even the cold feels gentler here. Shared warmth softens it. Stillness holds it back. It allows calm to deepen. It prepares the body for whatever comes next, without hurry. For humans to rest is not a reward. It is a need, a gentle part of life that asks only to be accepted. You are allowed to pause, to stand still in your own way, to breathe without purpose. Nothing needs to be solved tonight. Nothing needs to be planned. The penguins remain where they are, quiet, present, at ease. The ice listens. The sky listens. The night holds everything gently. As your breathing slows even more, let this shared stillness settle inside you. Let the idea of rest feel natural, necessary. Kind penguins continue standing together, wrapped in silence and warmth. The wind fades away. Movement disappears. And in this calm moment of shared rest, the story remains quiet, allowing stillness to deepen before gently carrying you onward into the next soft part of the night. The night feels smooth now. No sharp edges, no strong movement, just a long, gentle flow of calm. Penguins remain near the sea, near the ice, near one another. Nothing is separate here. Everything blends softly, like water meeting shore. A penguin can hold its breath for a long time, not as a challenge, not as effort, just because its body knows how. Another penguin remembers paths through the sea, not by thinking, but by feeling where the water moves. Some penguins sleep standing, some rest with eyes half closed. Both are forms of rest. Both are enough. Feathers overlap in quiet layers, each one small, each one important. Together, hold warmth without sound. Penguins do not chew their food. They swallow gently, letting the body take over. Nothing is forced. Their bones are strong and solid, helping them sink calmly into water instead of floating away. This weight feels grounding, helpful, steady. Each way of living feels natural to the penguin who knows it. Even their voices differ slightly. Some calls feel deeper, some lighter. Each one fits the body that makes it. Feathers may look similar from far away, but up close, small differences appear. Patterns shift gently. Shades change slightly. Nothing sharp, nothing sudden. These differences do not divide them. They blend softly, like colors in the night sky. When penguins gather, tall ones stand beside small ones. Ice dwellers rest near shore dwellers. The group feels whole, not separated. There is no tension in this variety, no need to match, no need to compare. Each penguin carries its own rhythm, its own history, its own quiet way of being. Some are born into colder places, some into gentler ones. Each grows into the world it knows. Movement changes too. Some walk with longer steps, some with shorter ones. All move at a pace that feels right. Swimming styles vary as well. Some glide deeper, some stay near the surface. The sea welcomes them all. Even feeding feels slightly different. Different fish, different waters, same calm exchange. These differences have formed slowly, over long time, not through force, not through struggle, through quiet adjustment. Nature allowed space for variety, and penguins filled that space gently. As you listen, let this idea settle softly, that difference does not need to create distance, that variety can exist without noise. The penguin family is large, yet peaceful, wide, yet connected. No one tries to change another. No one rushes to stand out. Each penguin simply lives as it is, and that is enough. Imagine standing among them, tall shapes, small shapes, ice and shore meeting quietly. The air feels calm, the ground feels steady, nothing feels out of place. Breathing stays slow, thoughts soften, differences no longer feel sharp or heavy. They feel gentle, natural, like waves of different sizes moving across the same calm sea. The penguins remain together, each in their own quiet way, a single family shaped by many paths. And as the night continues to hold this peaceful variety, the story drifts onward, steady and soft, into the next gentle moment. The ice no longer shines, it rests. Penguins stand close together, bodies forming a quiet gathering. No one moves unless they need to. No one speaks unless it feels right. They share warmth simply by being near. Feathers touch lightly, heat passes from one body to another without effort. The wind moves faintly across the ice, not strong, just enough to be noticed. It slips between shapes and then moves on. Breathing is slow, here, steady, almost in rhythm. Each penguin stands with weight balanced, gently on its feet. Eyes may close for a moment, then open again. Nothing demands attention. Rest does not always mean lying down. Sometimes it means standing quietly, letting the body settle while staying awake enough to feel safe. This stillness is shared. No one rests alone. The group holds itself together in calm presence. Silence does not feel empty. It feels full, filled with warmth, breath, and quiet knowing. A penguin shifts slightly, just enough to stay comfortable. Then stillness returns. There is no signal to rest, no command. The moment simply arrives, and everyone follows it naturally. The ice beneath them feels firm and reliable. It does not move. It does not ask for attention. It supports. A penguin can recognize a familiar voice, even in a large group. Sound carries memory. Memory carries comfort. Some penguins travel far, others stay closer to home. Both journeys are right. A chick learns by watching, by waiting, by trying. When ready, parents feed with patience, one small meal at a time. Strength grows quietly. Penguins do not waste energy. They move only when needed. Stillness is part of their strength. The sea always feels different, yet familiar. Currents shift, light changes. Penguins adjust without worry. Ice may crack softly in the distance, not as danger. just as sound. Penguins hear it, notice it, then return to stillness. Their eyes are shaped for water and light. They see clearly beneath the surface. Above, they squint softly against the glow. A penguin's heart beats steadily, not fast, not slow, just right. For long days and quiet nights, groups gather without planning. They separate without tension. Movement happens naturally. Penguins slide on ice to save energy. They let the land help them move. Effort stays low. Some penguins live where snow falls often. Some where rain touches the ground. Each body adapts calmly. Time passes differently here. Days stretch, nights deepen, nothing rushes. Penguins face strong winds by turning inward, bodies angled, feathers pressed close. Together, they become warmer than one alone. A penguin may stand for hours, weight shifting slightly, balance always present. Stillness becomes skill. Waiting becomes ease. The sea provides, but not always quickly. Penguins trust this rhythm. They do not panic when food is not immediate. Chicks grow slowly. No one expects them to hurry. Feathers change when the time is right. Old ones fall away. New ones settle in. This change feels quiet, natural, necessary. Penguins rest after long swims. Breathing slows. Bodies feel heavy. The night wraps around them without demand. They do not build homes. They use the land as it is simple. Open stars appear and disappear. Penguins do not watch them. They do not need to. Instinct guides movement more than thought. The body remembers what the mind does not need to hold. Even when separated by distance, penguins return, not by rush. By steady movement, the sea always feels familiar again. A penguin's life is made of small moments, standing, swimming, calling, waiting. No single moment matters more than the others. Together, these small truths form a quiet story, not one told in facts, but one felt through calm understanding, like waves touching shore. Each truth arrives gently, then fades, then another follows. You do not need to catch them all. You do not need to remember them. Let them pass through you, like breath, like tide. Night grows deeper now. The mind feels softer. Thoughts loosen their hold. Penguins remain where they are, calm, balanced, whole. The story they live does not shout. It hums quietly beneath everything. 100 small truths, one calm life, one steady rhythm. And as these gentle facts blend into one flowing story, your body feels informed without effort, relaxed without trying, carried quietly toward rest. As the night continues to unfold, slow and kind, beneath the soft hush of ice and sea, the night deepens now, not suddenly, not sharply. It arrives the way sleep does, slow and kind. Ice loses its edges. Water darkens into smooth shadow. The sky lowers its light and holds everything gently. Penguins remain where they are, calm, steady, at ease. Nothing feels urgent anymore. Nothing asks to be noticed closely. The world seems to soften on its own. The ice no longer looks wide or cold. It feels quiet, supportive, a place that holds without effort. Water nearby moves in slow patterns, small shifts, long pauses. The surface reflects almost nothing now, only a faint glow that comes and goes. Above, the sky settles into deep blue and darker tones. Stars may be hidden, Clouds may pass unseen. It does not matter. The world feels complete even without detail. Penguins stand or rest in gentle stillness. Breathing remains slow. Bodies feel warm where they touch or stand close. Feathers lie smoothly, no longer stirred by wind. Even the air seems to rest. This is a time when movement becomes optional, when watching becomes softer, when doing nothing feels natural. The night wraps around ice and sea like a quiet blanket. No pressure, no weight, just presence. Penguins do not change their posture much now. A small shift of balance, a slight turn of the head, then stillness returns. The cold does not bite. It simply exists, kept at a distance by warmth and closeness. Silence grows thicker, but never heavy. It feels breathable, comforting. The sound of the world fades into almost nothing. No calls, no splashes, just the quiet hum of being. If thoughts appear, they move slowly. They do not demand attention. They drift like faint clouds and dissolve. On their own, there is no need to follow them, no need to push them away. The penguins seem to understand this state well. They live inside it often, this space between activity and sleep. Ice remembers the weight of many quiet nights. Water remembers gentle movement beneath darkness. Sky remembers how to hold everything without asking. Time loosens its grip. Minutes feel wide. Moments stretch. Softly, nothing marks their passing. Penguins remain safe here, not because they guard themselves, but because their world allows calm. They trust this softness. They lean into it without fear. As the night deepens, shapes become simpler. Details fade. Only presence remains. Black and white feathers blend into. Shadow bodies become quiet forms. Stillness becomes complete. Breathing slows even more now. In, out, barely noticed. The body rests deeper. The mind follows gently behind. You may feel heavier now, settled, held by whatever supports you. There is nothing to solve, nothing to plan, nothing to remember. The story no longer moves forward. It simply rests where it is. Penguins stand within this pause. They do not resist it. They do not question it. The sea rests too. Even its hidden movements feel distant. The sky lowers further, wrapping ice and water in darkness that feels kind, not empty. This is the quiet center of the night, where everything slows to its softest state. The mind may drift now, effort slips away, awareness becomes gentle and wide. Nothing pulls you back, nothing pushes you forward. The world has grown softer, and it invites you to do the same. Penguins remain calm and steady. They have always known how to rest this way, how to trust stillness. Ice, water, and sky fade together into one quiet presence. No edges, no distance, just night, just calm. Stay here as long as you like. The story will continue when it needs to. For now, everything is safe, steady, and soft, holding you quietly as the darkness deepens and the mind drifts without effort. The night feels complete now, not finished, not ended, just complete in the way a calm breath feels complete when it reaches the end. Ice, sea, and sky no longer feel separate. They rest together, quietly understanding one another. Nothing presses forward, nothing pulls away. Penguins remain where they have always been, standing, resting, breathing. There is no need to follow them closely anymore, no need to notice details. Everything important has already been seen. The shape of a penguin no longer stands out. It simply belongs, rounded, balanced, at ease. The black and white that once caught the eye now blend fully into the night. Light and shadow no longer contrast. They rest together, soft and calm. Homes of ice and shore no longer feel like places to describe. They feel like a quiet feeling, a sense of familiarity, a sense of being held. The slow walk across ice fades into memory. The gentle slide, the careful steps. Movement no longer needs attention. Swimming beneath the surface becomes a feeling instead of a picture. The glide, the calm strokes, the soft rise of bubbles. Warm feathers are no longer something to explain. They feel like warmth itself, a layer resting gently over the body, protecting without effort. Families standing close no longer need words. Their patience has already settled into the night. Care exists without being noticed. Voices that once echoed softly across ice have quieted, not gone, just no longer needed. Food from the calm sea has already been gathered. The body feels full, satisfied, at rest. Chicks growing slowly feel less like a story now and more like time itself, steady, kind, unrushed. Long journeys through water no longer feel long. Distance softens, movement becomes memory. Seasons no longer turn in the mind. They have already passed through. Light and darkness have taken their places. Differences between penguins fade into harmony. Tall, small, icebound, shore-dwelling, all simply present, resting together. In stillness no longer feels like an action. It feels like a state, a natural place to be. Even the many quiet facts no longer feel like facts. They have blended into understanding. Nothing to hold, nothing to remember. The world grows softer without trying. Edges dissolve, details fade, presence remains. This is the place where everything gathers, not to be reviewed, not to be repeated, just to settle. Nothing new arrives here. Nothing needs to. The penguins do not wait for the next moment. They rest inside this one. The ice does not ask for attention. The sea does not call. The sky does not move. Breathing becomes almost invisible. In, out, barely noticed. The body feels heavier now, not tired. Grounded thoughts slow down on their own. They arrive less often. They leave without effort. There is no story to follow anymore. Only a feeling to rest inside. The night has absorbed everything gently. Movement, sound, meaning. Nothing has been lost. Nothing has been left behind. Everything has found its place. Penguins remain calm and steady, but they no longer need to be observed. Their quiet lives continue without being watched. Ice holds, sea breathes, sky rests. This is not an ending. It is a settling, a long exhale. If the mind drifts now, that is natural. If sleep comes closer, that is welcome. Nothing more is required from you. Nothing more is expected. Everything that needed to happen has already happened. The night remains, the calm remains, and you are allowed to remain too. Resting gently inside this quiet understanding. As the story releases its final hold and prepares to fade even further into stillness, the night no longer moves forward. It moves in circles, slow, gentle circles that repeat without effort. Nothing new appears. Nothing changes direction. Only rhythm remains. Breathing becomes the most noticeable thing now. Not deep, not shallow, just steady, in and out. Penguins breathe this way too, quietly, without thinking about it. Their bodies know the rhythm well. Standing feels like part of breathing now. Weight rests evenly. Balance holds without effort. Nothing shifts unless it needs to. Waiting is no longer waiting for something. It is simply being still. Time no longer points ahead. It settles around the body. The ice does not feel cold anymore. It feels neutral, supportive, a place where feet can rest without concern. The sea nearby continues its slow movement. Not waves, just a deep, steady motion beneath the surface. A rhythm older than thought. Penguins move through this rhythm without attention. They stand, they drift, they breathe. Nothing needs to be watched closely now. Details have softened, shapes have blurred. The mind stops naming things. Ice is no longer ice. Water is no longer water. They are just part of the quiet breathing. Repeats, standing repeats, waiting repeats. Each repetition feels safe, familiar, comforting. There is no pressure to remain aware, no need to follow words. Listening becomes effortless. The penguins do not know they are being observed. Their calm continues, whether anyone notices or not. Life flows gently, without attention. Sometimes a body shifts slightly, a small movement. Then stillness returns. The rhythm does not break. It absorbs movement easily. The sky remains dark and wide, not empty, not full, just present. Clouds may move, stars may hide. The rhythm does not care. As you listen, you may begin to feel lighter, less held by the floor, less held by the body. The feeling is not floating upward, it is floating within. A gentle loosening breath guides this feeling. Each exhale softens the body. Each inhale arrives without effort. Thoughts grow farther apart. Long spaces open between them. Silence fills those spaces kindly. The rhythm remains steady. It does not rush to fill the quiet. It allows silence to stay. Penguins remain calm inside this rhythm. They have lived this way for generations. Nothing about it feels strange. Standing through the night, resting without sleep, breathing slowly. This rhythm keeps them safe. It keeps energy close. It keeps warmth steady. You may notice that watching has become unnecessary. You are no longer observing penguins. You are sharing their rhythm. There is no difference now between listener and scene, between body and story. Everything moves together in the same slow pattern. Breathing, stillness, drifting. If a sound appears, it fades quickly. If a thought appears, it fades to nothing. Interrupts the rhythm for long. The night feels wide enough to hold everything, even nothing. The rhythm does not ask you to stay awake. It does not ask you to sleep. It simply continues. Penguins stand and breathe. Ice holds. Sea moves softly. The rhythm remains gentle and unbroken, carrying you away from effort, away from attention, and deeper into a floating calm where watching fades completely and only this slow, steady presence continues, repeating quietly, without beginning and without end. The night deepens again, not by changing, but by quieting what remains. Attention softens first. It loosens its grip. It no longer tries to hold on to shapes or sounds. The ice is still there. The sea is still there. The sky is still there, but they no longer ask to be. Noticed. Visuals darken gently. as if someone has slowly turned down the light. Edges blur, colors fade, details dissolve without disappearing. Penguins remain where they are, safe, steady, unaware of being watched. They do not need attention to continue. Their lives do not pause when observation fades. They breathe, they stand, they rest. The world does not depend on awareness. It continues softly on its own. Thoughts begin to feel optional now. If one appears, it drifts through without weight. If none appear, nothing feels missing. The mind does not need to decide what comes next. The night has already decided. Breathing grows slower, not controlled, not guided, simply slower in and out. Even that rhythm begins to fade into the background. The body feels heavier, but not tired, grounded, settled, as if it has found exactly where it belongs. The cold no longer feels cold. The dark no longer feels dark. Everything feels neutral, safe. Penguins do not change their posture. They do not react to the deepening night. They have always known this moment would arrive. They trust it. The ice beneath them feels steady, unchanged. It has held many nights like this before. It knows how to hold without effort. The sea nearby continues its slow movement, unseen now. Not waves, not motion to follow, just a deep presence that remains whether noticed or not. Sound fades almost completely. No calls, no wind, no movement worth naming. Silence becomes wide and comfortable. This is the moment when stories loosen their hold, when words begin to feel distant, when listening becomes unnecessary. The story has already done what it needed to do. Nothing more needs to be added. Nothing more needs to be understood. Penguins remain calm without being described. They remain safe without being followed. They remain present without being named. The mind no longer needs to stay with them. Attention drifts, the way snow drifts at night, slow, without direction, without effort. There is no sense of falling asleep yet, just a sense of letting go, letting the edges soften, letting awareness widen and thin. The night does not rush this moment. It allows space. It allows time to stretch. Even time begins to feel unnecessary. Moments no longer stack on top of each other. They spread out, they thin, they dissolve. The body responds naturally. Muscles release. Breath deepens briefly, then slows again. Nothing is being watched now. Nothing is being judged. The penguins continue their quiet existence, untouched by observation. Their calm does not depend on attention. That calm remains whether you stay awake or not. This is the place where effort fully leaves, where the idea of staying present gently fades. If thoughts return, they are soft and incomplete. They do not form sentences. They do not hold meaning. They pass like shadows. The night takes over not by force, but by kindness, by making effort unnecessary, by making awareness optional. You do not need to follow your breath anymore. It will continue on its own. You do not need to follow the story anymore. It has already settled. The world feels farther away now, not distant in space, distant in importance. What remains feels small and quiet, safe and contained. Penguins remain as they are, standing, resting, breathing. They do not change as the night deepens. They simply remain. The ice does not crack. The sea does not rise. The sky does not shift. Everything holds steady. This steadiness prepares the body for sleep without announcing it, without warning, without instruction. The mind no longer needs direction. It begins to drift naturally toward rest. Awareness narrows gently, like light closing in the evening, not shutting, just dimming. There is no moment to mark, no signal to follow. Sleep will arrive when it arrives. For now, there is only this soft fading, this gentle release of attention, this quiet permission to stop holding on. The night has taken over fully now, not as darkness. As rest, penguins remain safe, without being observed. Their world continues without witness. And as attention fades almost completely, the story loosens its final threads, allowing the mind to drift freely, quietly, naturally, toward sleep without effort, without awareness, without needing to follow anything at all. The night has fully arrived now, not as an event, not as a change, but as a gentle presence that has been here all along. Ice, water, and sky rest together, without edges. Their shapes have softened, their sounds have faded. Nothing asks to be noticed anymore. Penguins remain where they are. Some stand close, some rest quietly. All of them calm, all of them safe. There is no movement that needs watching, no moment that needs